Hi guys, Nick Pavlakis with MarineMax in St. Pete.
Captain Keith, Clearwater.
And today we're going to be talking about how people are usually going to cover their boats. At least here in Florida, the sun is the real killer, especially for upholstery. And on this Sea Ray right here, this is a snap cover, gonna go around the whole boat. Once you do it once, it's a lot easier the rest of the times, I promise. Keith, what are some other ways that people are covering their boats, whether it's on a trailer or on a lift?
So this is a tonneau cover. It's like Nick said, with the snaps and stuff like that. There are covers that will just go over the whole boat and kind of have like a winch strap that'll come down around, which will actually cover over the gunnels, underneath the rub rail, and go all the way down. If the boat's on a trailer, those are pretty easy to deal with. If your boat's on a lift, it can be a little cumbersome to go with that route. A couple tips and tricks on these covers is snap and zipper lube. These snaps, especially with salt water, are gonna get really tight and can be hard to pull on and off. So you dab a little bit of the lube on the snaps. And actually, if you put it on the female side in there and then put it on here, you'll avoid some of the streaking and stuff for dirt trying to stick to it. So keep your snaps lubed up well. And then you'll also notice there's like a tent pole in the middle of this cover, and this is taut. So rain's not gonna belly up in here like a swimming pool. So make sure your cover's tight. Make sure it's elevated up where everything's gonna shed off of it.
So this is how you're gonna cover your boat, short-term or long-term. Let's go check out a more long-term option. One of the more popular long-term options that we're gonna see is called shrink wrapping. This is how our boats arrive from the factory. However, it could be of much more use than that. In Florida, we're typically not gonna see this. However, up north, if you're winterizing a boat, this is gonna be your best bet. Withstand those winds, you're not using the boat for 6-7 months at a time. You're gonna keep all that debris out of the boat. It actually gets heat shrinked on there. Then you need to cut it off when you're done. Also, let's say you have a boat, you're not gonna be using it for a while, your dock's getting rebuilt or you're relocating. Shrink wrap is your best bet. It's worth the money. And when you peel that shrink wrap off, it's gonna look as close to like new as possible on the inside. If you're transporting a boat, a lot of haulers will give you the option, shrink wrap it or not. I say do it every single time for those long hauls across the country. Bugs, dirt, debris, you name it. You don't want that getting on the inside of your boat. So shrink wrapping a boat, another good option, especially if you're not gonna be using it in the next few months.